Hey everyone, it's Monday at GavsWeatherVids.com, which means only one thing, it's Europe Day. Every Monday at GavsWeatherVids.com we have a look at the weather for the coming week across the continent, and today is no exception. I say we do it every Monday, we don't actually do it bank holiday Mondays, and next week is going to be a bank holiday where I am across in England, so I won't be doing the European Outlook next Monday. It will return 2 weeks today. Now, before I get on with the European Outlook, just say about the ad. It says video ad for my pages at GavsWeatherVids.com. You could hit play on video ad. You'll be able to support GavsWeatherVids.com. Thanks so much for doing that. The website we're using for the charts is webcentral.de. You can find a link to it on my links page. So, big changes setting across many northern, central, western parts of Europe last week, with much cooler, much more unsettled conditions sweeping in off the Atlantic. Those conditions are now embedded in. So I think we are going to have a pretty cool and settled week for most of central, northern and western Europe. The heat and the warmth is going to be through the Med and into the east. Let's get on with it. And here's today's Arctic pressure chart with a deep trough of low pressure, almost an autumnal trough set up over Scandinavia at hot 990 millibars. There's lots of cool air and showers rotating around areas of low pressure following the isobars back. The air is originating from Arctic source. Got high pressure out in the central part of the Atlantic going up towards Greenland, so hints of northern blocking there, and that's what's forcing this cool air around this trough down into west and northwest Europe. High pressure reaching through much of the Med and going up to the east of Europe. That's where we're going to have the heat through not just today, but much of this week. Upper air temperature shows up very nicely, very hot through Spain and Portugal, and extends through the Med and goes up into the east of Europe, but out to the west and the northwest, much cooler there for Scandinavia, for Ireland, for the United Kingdom, central parts of France, Belgium, Holland, Germany. Yep, definitely unsettled and cool with that area of low pressure. The convective potential shows we're going to have thunderstorms today, or thundery showers anyway, across large parts of Scandinavia, coming down into the Baltic, through into Denmark, northern parts of Germany. Could have some thundery showers, and they extend down in towards some southern and eastern parts of the United Kingdom. Maybe hints of thunderstorms over the Pyrenees as well. The precipitation forecast shows that we've got risk of heavy showers or thunderstorms there for much of Scandinavia, and may come down in towards Belgium and Holland. They do extend in towards the United Kingdom and Ireland as well, but they'll be a little bit weaker, I think, those showers there compared to up over Scandinavia. Out to the east, it's mainly dry. It's mainly dry through the Mediterranean, just a hint of a shower over the Pyrenees, but most parts of the Med will be dry, hot, and gloriously sunny today. Temperatures in certain parts of Spain could get up to 35 degrees, that's around 95 Fahrenheit. It will be very warm or hot through most of the Med, and that very warm, or those very warm temperatures extend up to the east of Europe, much cooler out to the northwest, with the temperatures across much of France, or northern France anyway, Germany, Belgium, Holland, Denmark, Britain, Ireland, and you can't see it, Scandinavia as well, will be several degrees below average today. Now, having a look at middle part of the week, the low pressure is still there over Scandinavia. We've still got high pressure extending through much of the Med and up in towards the east of Europe. So it's still the central, northern and western parts that will be cool and unsettled. Upper air temperatures show this very nicely. The cool air is extending down through much of France, and it's also pushing down in towards the Alpine range. Could be sending some thunderstorms off over the Alps and mountainous parts of Italy by the middle of the week. But it's really through the Med and up to the east of Europe. That's where the upper air temperatures are much higher. Convective potential shows quite a lot through the Med, but I don't think we'll realise it. We've got quite high rates of convective potential, but with the air so dry, I don't think we'll be able to generate thunderstorms away from the mountainous regions of Italy and around the Alps. Elsewhere, there could be some thundery showers over Scandinavia, but there's not a great deal going on actually through the middle of the week in terms of convective potential. So there's those thundery showers over mountainous parts of Italy, around the Alps, also one or two generated over the Adriatic across northern parts of the Balkans. But I think most of the Med will be dry through the middle of the week. We've got showers up over Scandinavia, and it's still quite a showery scene actually for Ireland, the United Kingdom, Belgium, Holland and northern Germany and Denmark as well. The temperatures through the middle of the week, again, the heat is through the Med, although temperatures have dropped down a little bit across central parts of Spain, but even so, we're still at 32 degrees, that's 90 Fahrenheit, and that heat extends through the Med and up in towards the eastern parts of Europe. Temperatures much cooler than they should be across most central, northern and western parts, just barely into the mid-teens across large parts of Ireland, the United Kingdom, Denmark, you can't see it, but Scandinavia included. Going through to the end of the week, no real change, to be honest, for low pressure is out to the northwest, so it'll be cool and unsettled and showery for much of northern and western Britain. The heat is through the Med and up into the east again. The convective potential shows this nicely. Hot air is extending through the Mediterranean, going through the southeast Europe up into towards the far eastern parts of Europe. But even in the east of Europe, it will be cooling down more as we go through towards the latter stage of the week. Very cool scene for most central, northern and western regions. Having a look at the convective potential, not a great deal going on. There is convective potential here from the Med, but I don't think we realise it again because the air is still too dry. Get to September, we should start kicking off the storms through the Med, but not quite yet. Still risk of thundery showers up to the northwest. Now this does show chance of a few showers breaking out across North Africa, maybe some northern parts of Spain, but I think many places are going to stay dry. There's a hint of a shower there for the Balearic Islands, Mallorca, Menorca, Ibiza, but I don't think we're realising that convective tension just yet. Just a few showers being spawned off. The real shower activity away from the Alps is up to the northwest over Scandinavia, Denmark, northern Germany, UK and Ireland. That's where the shower storms will be at the end of the week. The heat again extending through the Med up in towards the east of Europe. Even in the east of Europe, those temperatures are dropping back by a few degrees. So even the far east of Europe is only getting towards, say, 24, 25 degrees by the end of the week. And it is very cool there still across most of northern, central and western Europe. As we move through towards the end of the week and into next weekend, we're going to find that low pressure for trough beginning to ease back over Scandinavia. A little bit of a ridge forming through these western parts of Europe. That could start to allow some heat to move up from Spain and Portugal, possibly getting into central southern parts of France. But keep an eye on this area of low pressure. That could well be a spoiler at the end of next weekend into the start of the following week. It could well ruin my bank holiday Monday. Having a look at the upper air temperatures, it's still very hot for Spain and Portugal, and that begins to show signs of trying to extend up into central southern parts of France. Hazy through the Med and into the southeast of Europe. Elsewhere, it's a pretty cool scene, to be honest. Convective potential, I think got risk of thunderstorms or thundery showers across Scandinavia. Elsewhere, not a great deal. Rainfall shows that could have some showers breaking out in the southeast of Europe at the end of the week. That's just those temperatures begin to ease down a little bit. But I think they'll be quite scattered. I don't think they'll be amounting to too much. But real shower activity is still up over Scandinavia and down in towards northern parts of Germany and Poland. Also notice this big hook of rain coming in towards Ireland. That promises to turn it unsettled into the northwest of Europe, I think, for the start of the following week. Most of the Med largely dry. Temperatures next weekend show that it is still cool across most parts of Europe. A complete change around on what we had earlier in the summer. Most of Europe is cool, although it's hot through central parts of Spain. Could be up to 100 Fahrenheit in central Spain, and that heat does extend perhaps up into southern parts of France a little bit. Temperatures just picking up a bit there. Pretty warm through the Med and still in the southeast of Europe. Pretty warm. Also, so the changes that started last week have embedded themselves. They are entrenched now, and it's going to be a much cooler, much more unsettled week across most central, western and northwestern parts of Europe compared to what we had earlier in the summer. It does look as though summer really is winding down now in central, northern, western areas. It's still hot through the Med, though, mainly dry, hot and sunny, and it's starting off pretty warm in the east of Europe, but I think the temperatures will slide down even in the east as we get through towards next weekend. That's it for now. No European Outlook next Monday, so come back in 2 weeks for the European Outlook. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching.